how the hell does using misleading statistics make a person racist?
For example, I can make two statements here. White people commit more crimes and black people are more impoverished per capita. I can also make the statement, black people commit more crimes per capita and white people are more impoverished. Now, what do these statements have in common? They're both true and they're both really disingenuous.
Now we're talking percentages. Now you have to bring in the per capita shit, and then your argument gets exploded in your face. Because when you multiply the 4,512 rapes that black people committed by 6, which is what you would need to do to make this number even remotely relevant, here's a little brain fuck for you. There are a lot of poor people in the world. They don't all commit crimes at the same level. So there are way more white people who are poor in America than black.
The fact that Devin would scold someone for bringing up stats that aren't in per capita and then try to bring up stats that aren't in per capita himself would mean that he's intentionally trying to make the black community look bad, which would be prejudiced against black people. How's it going?
Nothing much. How are you?
Hey, I'm back on now.
First of all, I like your wallpaper, like that design that you have in your videos. What's that?
That's the Rorschach Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Really?
Yeah, like you know Clockwork Orange?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that, but the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Wow. That's actually pretty cool. Like, where did you get it?
I found it online. Then I just printed it off in a huge fucking, I think that's like 6x8.
But, yeah, yesterday, things got heated up between both of us. I didn't take it personally, though.
Yo, I assume that you're not a bad guy. Like, I watch your other videos. You're a pretty nice guy. It's just, you can't believe anything Devin says, because the majority of it is complete bullshit, which I think that I have shown multiple times.
I have not followed your other videos prior to my little response to your video, but can you give me such examples of bullshit that he does?
Well, like his utter strawmans. He keeps on putting me in the position where he says I'm making excuses for criminals when I go ahead and I say, no, people should be held accountable for what they say, or not for what they say, what they do. Like when they commit crimes, they should be held accountable. They should spend their time in jail. And if there is serious criminals that are mass murders, I do believe that they should be put to death. And he still tries to paint a picture of me that I'm making excuses for these people, which is utterly retarded. And then he associates any analogy I make, like, for example, to if I want to make an example for criminal psychology, I say abuse is the factor in their childhood. That's why they are aggressive as an adult. He would go and say, oh, well, you're saying that black people are mentally ill, which I did not in any way refer that.
Yeah, like the whole entire, like the exchange that we had.
If I can cut in, actually.
Sure.
Like, you accepted my invitation to a discussion. We had a civil discussion earlier today, and nothing bad happened. And I have offered the same thing to Atheist Rue, and his answer to me was, fuck off, you pussy, and then blocked me.
No, I'm actually a pretty chill person. I am down for a level discussion, but it's just my responses to Atheist Rue are appropriate. A jackhammer isn't the proper tool for every situation, but it is needed in some cases, and in this case, it is needed.
He definitely doesn't want to listen to basically any criticism on his person. I don't know.
I mean, like, I don't think like he does not listen to people, because on his channel he responds to criticisms of him all the time, including ones from TJ, the Amazing Atheist. And he also responds to other criticisms, like stuff like from the atheist experience. So I don't think it's not he doesn't want to listen to criticism, but it's just like he just want to respond to particular people that he thinks is worth time to talk to.
But he just paints this picture of everyone who disagrees with him just has white guilt. And that's what he throws out and hides behind. Like, if we're talking about, like, in the debate, I said, you're not racist, but you have said racist shit. And I still think that those statements that he said are a generalization of an entire group of people, and that is prejudiced. Now, the thing is, he stands by these statements. He can say, oh, that's not what I meant, but he still stands by them. You need to say, oh, I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry if that was offensive. This is what I meant to say. That's how you properly apologize. But no, he says, that's not racist what I said. You're an idiot. That's not the proper way to go around admitting a fault, which he doesn't do.
However, he's not saying, well, because they're black, that's why they're committing crimes. He's saying...
But he just said that all black people... Well, no, he didn't say all black people. He said black people are insanely more criminal than every other race. Which
Well, yeah,
that's
well, yeah.
what he meant, but that statement itself is still fucking racist.
When he said that statement, he's referring to those stats. He's comparing, like, the white groups compared to the black ones, and from the U.S. Department of Justice, black people do, in fact, at least from that stats, commit more crime than everybody else.
But the problem with doing that is that's another fallacy. That's correlation does not always equal causation. Just because all those people are black that committed all those crimes does not mean that's why they committed those crimes.
Just today, he just released a video explaining why he said blacks commit more crimes, because he started to explain why he said that. It was like his response to TJ. It was up, like, I think earlier today. He basically said the reason why he thinks blacks commit more crime is because of different factors like poverty, and it's not because of their blackness, it's because of other factors. And he explained that to TJ in his response just today.
But then does he acknowledge that that statement that he said was prejudiced, or not?
He didn't say that it was prejudiced at all, according to the video.
Exactly, which the statement in itself is prejudiced.
Yeah.
That's what everyone has a problem with, is that he won't acknowledge it. He needs to own up for his actions and say, yes, that was a prejudiced statement. I'm sorry, that's not what I meant to say. This is what I meant to say.
But he just did that today for his video. He just said that's what.
No, you just said that he didn't, though. So which one is it?
He said that he acknowledges that there are factors. However, okay, you can go on
Which
first.
he actually.
However,
he considered those factors excuses and that they are not relevant to the crime stats. So if he did have a change of heart, he's halfway through to being a good person. But then, what do you think about his debate tactics?
He's certainly much more energetic than me. Like,
You think energetic is the proper word to describe that?
Well, I'm not even sure that's the proper word. Like, he can really rile up feathers. Like, whenever I talk, I'm just trying to be nice to people. Compared to him, he just gills all out.
Not even in the context in which he says it, but what he says. Like, he completely makes up arguments. And then he gets every one of his followers to repeat those arguments back. And that's where you got caught up. You took what he said at face value, when I think I have shown you that 80% of what he said is complete and utter bullshit.
In regards to, like, that other 90% of what you think I said was bullshit, what do you think was bullshit what I said?
Well, like how I said that you shouldn't blame the dog, you should blame the owner. When I said the dog should be put down, it's still a threat to society. Like, that's a direct, the complete opposite of what I said. And then he continually tries to just reinforce that that's what I'm saying. He has his entire clan of brainless idiots just repeating what he says over and over again to try to gain footing against everyone. He just spread lies and rumors. That's all he does. And that's how he controls and manipulates everyone that speaks against him. If you look at it, look at his Hangouts, where he orders all his fans to go, like, and say vulgar shit to everyone. Like, I understand it why I'm getting it, because I'm being vulgar as fuck to him. But if you look at half the other videos, no one's being an asshole to him like I am. And they're still saying the same bullshit that I get, which I think that's bullshit.
Yeah, he does like to attack people. That's another thing that I have a qualm with him.
Right. What would you say about the arguments that he led you to believe about me?
I mean, prior to my response, I still don't have any problems against you, honestly.
Well, no, I know that, but like you realize you said a lot of things about me. You pretty much you made my argument out to be complete pussy because of what AIU said, and that had nothing to do with my actual argument. That's what I would like to hear from you: is were you wrong about 80% of the things you said? And I can go through with you and show you and reiterate every part of the argument that he lied about. Like if you watch my apology video to him, I point out every one of his straw men. Because he'll take something like, I already mentioned that 76% of rapists have a personality disorder, and that's a mental illness. And then he goes around and saying, oh, well, now you're saying that black people are mentally ill. Well, no, I never said that at all. We were talking about criminals. And then he says, well, no, we were talking about black criminals. Well, I'm saying there's no difference between black criminals and white criminals. So why can't I pull criminal psychology facts without you saying it only applies to black criminals? As another allegation that he pulled, which I point out clearly. And again, none of his fans work 24 hours a day to make me look stupid, and none of them come up with evidence. They'll take a clip of me and then they'll cut it up into 1,000 pieces and be like, look, that's what he said. Everyone can see 1,000 jump cuts in your video. I never said that. And they'll just keep on this allegation, and that's the allegations that you also supported in your video. That's what I still have against you right now, is if you will own up the fact that he convinced you to accept a wrong interpretation of me.
Okay, I'll try to go at least as point by point as I can get. In regards to I will acknowledge that in regards to the stats for the FBI and the U.S. Department of Justice, that 10% of what I said was in fact right. However,
the thing is, I also conceded to that.
Yeah.
I said in the debate, yes, I accept your statistics. They are true. Black people commit more crime per capita. I fully acknowledge those statistics. I agree with you. But he also misrepresents to think that I was against you. Half the things that you said that you feel that you're right with, I also agree with. Right. It's the 90% that he built against me as a red herring to take away from my points of his racist statements.
Okay. In regards to you comparing blacks to to mentally ill people to pet bulls, you did not literally say that at all. I will acknowledge that. You didn't say that they are like those things. You're just saying, well, you have to blame the factors and blame the upcoming factors that led to that event.
I'm not even saying that. I'm not saying that you should blame the factors. I'm saying that there's reasons why it happens. And again, I say people should be held responsible. Just like the dog that bites the face of a toddler should still be put down. I'm in no way saying that you should blame the factors. People are responsible for their actions.
Yeah, like when he's talking about those factors, it comes back to that fact that he's trying to tell Rue, hey, you know what? If we don't do these things, you won't prevent B. He's not saying that, well, there's these facts, so these excuse B. Those are two different things. He's trying to point out the
strawmans that he built up is that I'm making excuses, which at the same time I'm advocating the death penalty, which really I don't understand how you can couple those two accusations together when I support the death penalty for violent sexual criminals, and he still says that I'm making excuses.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, at least in my opinion, because I'm trying to take a neutral stance, to me at least, you don't appear to support the idea that because of these factors, that's why they're doing that. You're not saying that that's because they're poor, that's why they do it. You're just saying that's why they do it. So I think from what you're saying, I don't really have any sort of problem with it. As a matter of fact, and again, I'll try to reiterate. You did not say that blacks commit these because there are like the mentally ill people or like pet bulls. You're saying factors led to people doing these things.
Yes. And then where you got the idea that I was making excuses for people is a complete fabrication from Devin Tracy. Would you acknowledge that?
Yeah, so I'll acknowledge that I just basically was exaggerating for the video.
You didn't exaggerate anything. You heard what he said, and I know he's probably told his fans that 1,000 times, this exact argument, what I do. He's told people to go, like, I can tell you, like, I've gotten 12 tweets today saying, oh, you're saying that black people are like dogs. This is what he wants his fans to think. And it is 100% not true. And you took his word for it. Now, will you acknowledge that his word is bullshit?
Okay. Yes, I did some investigation, and I saw that quotation. Like, you saw that picture on Twitter where he had that quotation about the mentally ill people in the pit bulls. Like, I saw that, and I went with the video when I shot that. However, when I rewatched the video, I realized you did not say that at all, and yes, it was in fact a lie.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Which
good enough.
is, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, thank you. But I'm just making the point that everyone's human, and because of that, we have someone who thinks they're not human, they think they're inhuman, and believe that they are infallible. And obviously, as an atheist, you should not think you're infallible, because to believe that you're a god is kind of ass backwards, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I have to go. It's nice chatting with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna head out. Take care.
Yeah, no problem. Great talking to you guys.
Nice talking to you.
You too.